Broadcasting live from the Meridics v. OBS Studio Broadcast Center at Fordyce Center in Bellevue. This is GNASH Hockey on the Middle Tennessee Sports Network. And before the weather outside gets frightful, we've got a big GNASH game for you on the Terry Crisp rink tonight. A Preds Cup berth on the line for one team, potentially the 2 seed on the line for the other team. Father Ryan against Hendersonville. If Father Ryan can at least get a tie, they'll clinch a Preds Cup berth. But if Hendersonville win on senior night, they will, I'm pretty sure, clinch the 2 seed for the Predators Cup. This is the regular season finale for both teams. So after tonight, 6 teams will have crossed the finish line on the regular season. Regular season that on Wednesday night saw the GNASH Cup claimed by Ravenwood. Here's senior night for Hendersonville-Beech-Lawson. Their senior night ceremony just wrapped up. Apologies for being on the air late. I was trying to get a connection. I'm having to use my mobile hotspot because these people apparently don't know that a couple of their Wi-Fi networks are hidden behind security keys. Hey, whatever. All right, let's go over the scores from Wednesday night. Nolensville beat JP2MLK GCS 9-5. Ravenwood beat Station Camp Liberty Creek Nashville Christian 5-1 to win the GNASH Cup. And Montgomery Bell beat Mount Juliet Wilson Central Lebanon 12-5. So here are the standings. This is the 6th to last game of the regular season. Ravenwood home and happy with the GNASH Cup. They finished the season 11-3-1. Their 23-point total cannot be surpassed or matched. Then we've got Hendersonville-Beech-Lawson, Montgomery Bell, Page Summit, and Franklin all 9-3-2. Nolensville 8-4-3. Father Ryan 9-5-0. Innsworth-Lipscomb CPA 8-5-1. Station Camp Liberty Creek Nashville Christian 8-6-0. Independent Centennial 5-7-2. The Outlaws and JP2MLK GCS both 4-8-2. Mount Juliet Wilson Central Lebanon, they're finished with a season 4-11-1 the regular season. The Clarksville Kings, they're finished with the regular season 3-12-0. Brentwood BAUSN 2-10-2, and the Rutherford Rampage 1-12-2. Everybody from Indy on down will be in the Hein Cup. Ravenwood, Hendersonville, MBA Page, and Franklin. Yep, they have all clinched Predators Cup berths, and Nolensville as well. They've all clinched Preds Cup berths, so 2 left. Rutherford will be the 8 seed for the Hein Cup. Mount Juliet will be the 5 seed for the Hein Cup. And Ravenwood will be the 1 seed, of course, for the Preds Cup. All right, let's talk about the 2 teams playing our featured game this evening. First up, Father Ryan, coached by Kyle Dora, coming into tonight 9-5-0. Again, if they get at least a tie, they will clinch a Preds Cup berth. Their most recent game last Wednesday beat Mount Juliet 9-0. So here are their stats coming into tonight. Gage Hart, the leading scorer, 33 points from 25 goals and 8 assists. Ridgeway Lambert. Ridgeway Lambert, 17 points from 7 goals and 10 assists. Hudson Lauk, 16 points from 7 goals and 9 assists. Curtis Newman, 13 points from 3 goals and 10 assists. Sam Halloran, 12 points from 4 goals and 8 assists. Michael Jaskowski, 9 points from 4 goals and 5 assists. Emma Causey, 6 points from 2 goals and 4 assists. Brendan Malloy, 6 points from a goal and 5 assists. Merrick McCullers, 5 points from a goal and 4 assists. Noah Deffenbaugh, 2 points from goals. Danny Libby and Thomas McTasney, 2 points from assists. Gavin Thornburg, a point from a goal. And Jackson Brzezinski, a point from an assist. And let's move on to Hendersonville, coached by Seth Lake, coming into tonight 9-3-2. On an 8-game unbeaten streak. Their most recent game, they beat the Rutherford Rampage 7-5. back on January 12th to secure a Preds Cup berth. So here are their stats coming into tonight. The referees still aren't out here, so they paused the warm-up clock. I'll go over the Father Ryan goalie stats in a minute. Caden Sisco, the leading scorer, 30 points from 16 goals and 14 assists. Landon Croft, 26 points from 16 goals and 10 assists. Matthew Almeida, 18 points from 6 goals and 12 assists. Caleb Carlance, 18 points from 11 goals and 7 assists. Gideon Drobnick, 14 points from 4 goals and 10 assists. Merrick Mott, 14 points from 5 goals and 9 assists. Braden Rose, 11 points from 6 goals and 5 assists. Nicholas Hoffman, 7 points from 5 goals and 2 assists. Brian Wilkinson, 5 points from 2 goals and 3 assists. Hold on, folks. Let me turn up my mobile data. Thank you to the operations people for bringing a cable. What's that cable? Ethernet cable, so I can be connected. Caleb Priest, 4 points from assists. Britton Smith, 4 points from 2 goals and 2 assists. Christian Dickens, 2 points from assists. Tyler Ellis, 2 points from a goal and an assist. Kellen Fisher, Sullivan Hyatt, and Alex Williams all with 2 points from assists. Let's move on to goalie play. Griffin Rumbaugh has played in 8 games. 7 of those were starts. His record 3-3-2. He's played 315 minutes, goals against average of 3.33, 1 shutout. He's allowed 25 goals and 191 shots, turned away the other 166. His save percentage in the regular season so far is .869. Justin Smith has played in 6 games. 7 games. 6 of those were starts. His record 5-0-0. He's played 228 minutes, goals against average of 4.24. No shutouts. He's allowed 23 goals and 140 shots, turned away the other 117. His save percentage in the regular season so far is .836. And Cade Garrett appeared in just 1 game. It was a start. It was the game against Brentwood back in November 10th. Hendersonville won, so his record 1-0-0. He played the full 42 minutes, allowed 5 goals on 24 shots, turned away the other 19. His save percentage in the regular season so far is .792. His goals against average is 5 even. Let's move back to Father Ryan and go over the goalie stats there. Why aren't the officials out here? For God's sake. It's 6:45. Jack Karpanek has played in 7 games. All of them were starts. His record 5-2-0. He's played 294 minutes, goals against average of 1.57, 2 shutouts. He's allowed 11 goals on 152 shots, turned away the other 141. His save percentage in the regular season so far is .928. Zach Vonsbeck has also played and started in 7 games. His record 4-3-0. He's played 294 minutes, goals against average of 2.43, 2 shutouts. He's allowed 17 goals on 164 shots, turned away the other 147. His save percentage in the regular season so far is .896. So again, if this game ends in a tie or Father Ryan win, they will clinch a Preds Cup berth. If Hendersonville win, I'm pretty sure they will be the 2 seed for the Preds Cup, because in a situation where they, NBA, Page, and Franklin all finished 10-3-2, it would go to head-to-head, and Mark Lane told me years ago to treat a multi-team tiebreaker like a little set of standings. And Hendersonville will be leading those standings with 2 wins and a loss. They beat NBA and Franklin, so they have 4 points out of those 3 games. NBA and Page each have 3 points from a win, 1 loss, and 1 tie. NBA beat Page, lost to Hendersonville, tied with Franklin. Page beat Hendersonville, lost to NBA, tied with Franklin. And Franklin lost to Hendersonville, tied with NBA and Page. So they'd be at the bottom, and NBA would be ahead of Page because they beat them. So I'm pretty sure that's how a 4-way tiebreaker for second would shake out, as we are still waiting on the officials. Not really sure what's going on here. And we don't need a game. We don't need a game to have to be postponed because the officials didn't show up, when we're probably going to have Monday's games be postponed because of the weather that's coming in this weekend. So it's a good thing I got started late because we're still waiting on the officials to get out here, if they show up at all. You think the officials would have been out here when the senior night ceremony ended. So if Father Ryan lose this game, if Henderson will win this game, that means Father Ryan would need just one of either Ensworth or Station Camp to not win, as in lose or tie, their one remaining game to still clinch a Preds Cup berth. Right now, Father Ryan have 18 points from 9 wins. Ensworth have 17 points from 8 wins and a tie. If Ensworth were to tie with JP2, they and Father Ryan would both finish on 18 points, but Father Ryan would be given the tiebreaker on having more wins, 9-8. Likewise, if Station Camp were to tie with Franklin, they'd only finish with 17 points. But if Station Camp were to beat, if Father Ryan were to lose tonight and then Station Camp were to beat Franklin, Father Ryan and Station Camp would both finish with a record of 9-6-0, 18 points from 9 wins and 6 losses. And that, Station Camp beat Father Ryan back on December 3rd, so head-to-head would put Station Camp over Father Ryan in the final standings. As we're still, where are the on-ice officials, for God's sake? Like, they should be here like an hour before everybody else. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. We should be past that, or approaching the halfway point of the first by now. It is a Friday, but I think both teams have just about everybody. Of course, there is a concern that, you have to have that you would have players missing because it's a Friday and it's a travel weekend. I wonder how many players had to cancel their plans because of the weather. How many players couldn't do travel? But it looks like both teams, Father Ryan look like they have everybody. They have 18 players on the roster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They might be missing a few. They keep moving around, so I think I'm counting kids twice. They should have just about everybody. There's one kid, I think it might be Curtis Newman on the bench. So we're still just sitting here waiting. No, Curtis Newman is dressed. Who's that on the bench? I think this is, looking at the screen down there in the lobby, this is the last game on this rink. I guess they want to get people out of here just in case, like, the weather came in. But the weather's not coming in until tomorrow morning. So I hope they'll give as much time as possible. But this is ridiculous. Although we have had to postpone a game before because officials didn't show up. It was 10 years ago. It was around this time 10 years ago, back when we were still having games at A-game. Landon Croft at the door talking to, I think it's his dad. He was one of the seniors honored. Father Ryan players now gathered at their bench. If we don't have officials, we can't start a game. If we have at least one, we could get the game going. Oh my God. Well, I mean, I've broadcast games where we had to wait on officials before, but my God. And the Father Ryan players going back out to warm up some more. So I'm just going to, we're still in pregame, so I'm not going to touch the game tracker because I'll just update the latest play bit down there. I mean, back when we used two officials, I broadcast a game between, I think it was what was then Blackman, Stewart's Creek, Smyrna, and I can't remember who else was just one official. That was at Antioch in 2021-22 when we were having those weird, like, 4:45 p.m. starts on Tuesdays and Thursdays and Fridays. But this is dumb. This is really, really dumb. All right, Kevin Bond telling me I just texted Chris. I don't know who Chris is to see where they are. But if this goes on any longer, I'm just going to quiet the microphone and play some music or something, because this is stupid. This is really, really dumb. And now we got some Father Ryan and Hendersonville players gathering up at the red line to chat because they're taking part in the longest warm-up of their lives. Well, I just peeked at a Hendersonville parents group chat. They found one official in the stands. Seth Lake is going out to the lobby, the Hendersonville head coach. He's going out to the lobby. But, yeah, the official should be here before anybody else. This game, I think this game was originally scheduled for December 4th, but it got moved well in advance of tonight. It got moved, I think, in November to tonight. It got moved to tonight. And then Father Ryan ended up playing, I think, Clarksville. Yeah, they ended up playing Clarksville that night. So Father Ryan ended up playing on December 4th anyway. No, it was December 5th, not December 4th. Should I just pull up YouTube and play some music? I think that's what I'll do. We've got some people coming on in. Hey, you haven't missed anything because the officials aren't out here. So, you know what? Let's look at next week. I mean, I know. So the remaining games that we have next week: Ainsworth JP2, Indy Centennial MBA, Brentwood Rampage, Page Outlaws, Franklin Station Camp. 4 of those games have senior night ceremonies. Ainsworth are having theirs, MBA are having theirs, Outlaws are having theirs, and Station Camp are having theirs. They put 14 minutes up on the board, so I guess they know something. Somebody must be here. And the players are just slowly skating around so they don't overexert themselves during warm-up. Oh, my God. So the least important game of those 5 is Brentwood Rampage, because that game is only going to decide who the 6 and 7 seeds will be for the Hein Cup. Well, we've got an official. We've got one official. He's not wearing stripes. So we're going to play this game with one official, potentially, which will be a farce, but we got to get this game in. Otherwise, we'll have 6 games we'll have to reschedule instead of just 5. If we have scrums, this poor guy's going to have to be the one to break them up. And he's telling them, hurry up. They've already been skating around for about 30 minutes. So get ready for a lot of parents yelling that he missed a call with one guy out here. Finally ready to go with the start of this one. Jack Carpenet going to start and goal for Father Ryan. Griffin Rumbaugh, senior night starting goal for Hendersonville. For this first period, Hendersonville will carry the puck from my left to right. Father Ryan from my right to left. As we're out here with one official only. Game is underway with Father Ryan winning the draw, puck in their zone on the far side. Gavin Thornburg puts it behind the net. Curtis Newman sending it around up the near side and cleared out to center by Gage Hart. It's in the Hendersonville zone, quickly cleared out on the near side by Matthew Almeida. Newman banking it hard off the near boards to get it out of the Ryan zone again. Now it's in the Hendersonville zone on the far side. Caden Sisco is going to beat Emma Causey to it. As the lone official is out at center ice watching as Almeida passes the puck up the near side. Caden Sisco Right wing side of the Father Ryan zone. Gavin Thornburg put a shoulder on him, took the puck away. Sisco gets it back, passes out to the blue line. Landon Croft with a long-range shot. Stopped, and the rebound try from Gideon Drobnick stopped and covered up by Jack Karpanek, and that took the first 57 seconds off the board. That's another problem with only one official. What if the puck goes in and out and he's not standing in position? Draw is to the left of Karpanek. Won by Hendersonville. Caleb Carlance had it knocked off his stick. Here's Hudson Laux to center. Laux in the middle of the ice, now in the Hendersonville zone on the right wing side. A shot shouldered away by Griffin Rumbaugh. Puck out in the middle lane, out in the slot. Laux with it again. Oh, passed it through the crease. Sam Halloran couldn't get the stick blade down in time. Puck cleared out. Wafted into the air, and now Nick Hoffman, left wing side of the Father Ryan zone, tried to pass it to the slot to Merrick Mott, who was already ahead of where the puck was going. Now Mott with the puck. Oh, he lost it in the skates of Danny Libby. And now Halloran will pass it to the far side. Puck off the boards into the Hendersonville zone, picked up by Alex Williams. Here's Caleb Carlance at center. Brings it into the Father Ryan zone, trying to move to the left circle. Gets around a defender, and is shot off the left shoulder of Karpanek and over the net. That was Thornburg he beat. And now the puck drifts out to center on the far side. Noah Deffenbaugh gives it away to Carlance. Oh, and then Carlance had it stolen inside his own zone, by Laux. No, correction, Sam Pinkston. Puck out on the far side. Williams sends it around the kick plate. Caden Lewis hands it off to Caleb Carlance. Carlance through center. Back into the Father Ryan zone on the right wing side. Gets around. Curtis Newman goes to the front of the net. Oh, and he couldn't stuff it in. I don't know if he shot it wide, but Karpanek went down with his left leg stretched up against the post to his left. Now there's Carlance shooting the right circle, and it misses the net just to the right of Karpanek. Puck out at center. Almeida on the far side. Across to Croft. Croft entered the Father Ryan zone of the puck. Stolen by Gage Hart, who fell, and Gideon Drobnick couldn't keep it on his stick. Now Hart through center. Back into the Hendersonville zone on the left wing side. His shot blocked by Almeida. Loose puck picked up by Caden Sisco. Through center. Into the Father Ryan zone on the right wing side. Sisco backhands it past the net. Deflected off the skate blades of Gavin Thornburg, who was trailing. And now the puck taken back by Father Ryan. It's cleared out by Emma Matthew Almeida. Back to center. Back into the Father Ryan zone on the right wing side. Nice job by Merrick McCullers to get in front of him and force him to cough up the puck. Almeida had it poked away by Gage Hart as he tried to gather it back in. And now Emma Causey out at center. Sends the puck back into the Hendersonville zone. It's immediately cleared out. Landon Croft brings it back into the Father Ryan zone, pushes it past Danny Libby, catches back up to it, tries to put it in front, try to go across. I'm not sure to who just yet, but it went off the skates of Danny Libby, on goal, stopped and covered up by Karpanek. It went off the skates. I think he may have been trying to get it to Drobnick. 10:01 to go in the first, still looking for the game's first goal. Again, we were delayed because we had no on-ice officials, and now we got one guy out there having to chase a bunch of high schoolers. Oh, we got a second official, thank God. Somebody who can be in position in case the puck ends up in the net and they're not really sure. So we have two guys out there. Draw was to the left of Karpanek. Here is Sam Halloran out at center, trying to pass to Michael Jaskowski. Off his stick. Puck in the left wing corner. And a one-timer from Curtis Newman at the left point misses the net to the right of Griffin Rumbaugh. Puck on the far boards. Michael Jaskowski kicks it onto the stick of Caleb Priest, who fires it around the wall and out. And no icing as it goes back deep into the Father Ryan zone. It's behind the net. Braden Rose pushing Curtis Newman into the boards. Newman sending it around up the near side. Held in at the right point by Caleb Carlance. Carlance to the end boards. Takes a shove from Hudson Laux. And now here's Hudson Laux out at center. Brings it back into the Hendersonville zone on the right wing side. Gets off an odd angle shot that's off the right leg pad of Rumbaugh. Merrick Mott back into the Father Ryan zone. Leaves it for Matthew Almeida. His shot from the left faceoff dot misses the net. I think it missed it high. Neither side have had a lot of good chances in these first few minutes. Now we have a third official. None of them are wearing stripes. Oh, as Hudson Laux put the puck out in front of the Hendersonville net, nobody in a purple sweater there. I think it should be royal purple. I think that's the shade. Puck cleared out by the Commandos. Caden Lewis at center. Had it poked away. So we've got three officials. Again, none of them are wearing stripes. They're all wearing pullovers and sweat or athletic pants. I hope they've got some type of pads just in case they take a skate blade to the leg. Matthew Almeida, carrying the puck in front of his own net, right in front of his own net. It's out at center. Emma Causey with it. Ahead to Gage Hart, poked off his stick. Nice poke check by Landon Croft, but then Gideon Drobnick couldn't get the puck over to Croft. Curtis Newman with an interception, backhands it back into the Hendersonville zone. And now, loose puck picked up at center, Caden Sisco carrying it to the Father Ryan net. In front, a poke check by Karpanek right as he got there. Now he picks up the puck again, still inside the Father Ryan zone. Backhander. Where is it? It is underneath Karpanek's left leg. But boy, did he make a big poke check. That puck ended up going down the near side, the bleacher side of the ice. Just behind the right point, Sisco got to it, carried it to the front of the net. But Karpanek with a poke check, 7-11 to go in the first, still no goals on the board. Draw to the left of Karpanek. Oh, and Merrick McCullers lost the puck behind his own net. Sisco with a wraparound try, stopped and covered up by Karpanek. Draw to the left of Karpanek, won by Father Ryan. Emma Causey passing it out to center. The pass was up in the air, hit the right hand of Ridgeway Lambert, and he shook it. Shook it because it stung. Merrick McCullers brings the puck back into the Hendersonville zone. Shot from the top of the left circle off the glove of Rumbaugh. Now here's Caden Sisco out at center. Sisco back into the Father Ryan zone on the right wing side. Oh! Tried to pass it across to Caleb Carlance, went off the stick of Danny Levy and redirected onto the right leg pad of Karpanek, who kept it out. Now Gage Hart back the other way. Oh, but Caleb Priest stays with him and pokes it away right at the Hendersonville blue line. Puck in front of the Father Ryan bench, picked up by Curtis Newman. Has it poked off his stick inside the Hendersonville zone, and then Michael Jaskowski tried to drop it back. Newman will dump it to the end boards, but Caden Sisco gets to it. And he clears it out up the far side. Gavin Thornburg will chase and catch up to it inside the Father Ryan zone. But then Thornburg clears, but it goes right to Braden Rose, who dumps it back in from behind the blue line. Merrick Mott in the right wing corner. Now Rose trying to back in and down in front. Not hard enough. Puck sent over to the near side. Held in at the right point by Matthew Almeida. Passes it down the wall to Mott. Now Rose on the far side. Wanted to send it down to the left wing corner. Didn't get a lot of juice on it. Oh, but they score! The puck went off the stick of Curtis Newman to the bottom of the left circle. Gideon Drobnick gets to it and shoots it through the legs of Karpanek into the back of the net. And it is 1-0 Father Ryan with 5:24 to go in the first. So a senior night goal for Gideon Drobnick. Yeah, Mott tried to send the puck down the wall, and it went off the stick of Newman, went to the bottom of the left circle, and Drobnick was all alone, caught up to it and shot it in. And the Commandos have the lead. Puck out at center. Mott with it. He'll bring it into the Father Ryan zone. Nice move of the side of backhander. I think he missed the net to the left of Karpanek. It was a great move by Mott, though. Merrick McCullers trying to clear the puck out. Held into the left point by Matthew Almeida. Those two younger officials keep jumping, sitting on top of the Father Ryan bench boards. Here's Hudson Laux into the Hendersonville zone. His shot hit the outside netting to the right of Rumbaugh. Oh, and the puck. Laux dropped it back to the blue line to Merrick McCullers, but it went over the line, and McCullers sent it back in offside. 4:46 to go in the first, 1-0 Hendersonville. Hudson Laux playing against his old team. Transferred during the holiday break last season and ended up being a key player for Father Ryan in winning the Hein Cup. In fact, he was named the Hein Cup MVP, final MVP, by me. It was kind of a hard call because, and now there's a turnover. Laux' shot stopped by Rumbaugh. Rebound. Jackson Brzezinski had the right-hand side of the net wide open, but he shot at the skates of Caleb Priest and went over the net into the netting above the glass. Terrific save. It won't go down as a save for Priest. It should, though. It was a heck of a shot block and a lucky break. Draw to the right of Rumbaugh, won by Father Ryan. Curtis Newman with it, moving down the left wing. Takes a shot that goes across the front of the net. Puck is going to go out to center on the far side. Trickle into the Father Ryan zone, picked up by Thornburg. Thornburg. Now Curtis Newman. Carrying it to center on the near side. Dumps it into the Hendersonville zone. Caleb Carlance will get to it. Falls over on the far side up, and they're going to say he was brought down by Noah Deffenbaugh. And the referee did not give a signal as to what the penalty was. So Hendersonville get the first power play of the game up 1-0 with 4:03 to go in the first. Draw was to the right of Karpanek. Father Ryan clear it out to center, but it's brought right back into the right wing side by Caden Sisco. His shot blocked by a back-checking McCullers. Sisco behind the net. Passes up to the left point, Matthew Almeida. Almeida moving along the blue line, passes to the top of the right circle. Carlance back across left circle. A shot from Sisco. Getting a piece of it as it went past the net to his right was Karpanek. Sisco left wing corner. Pass across bottom of the right circle. Carlance whiffs on a shot attempt. Trying to keep the puck away from Gage Hart. Carrying it up the near side boards. Now gets to the blue line. Now drops it down the right wing. Almeida pokes it down to the end boards. Given back to Almeida. Now Drobnick. Tried to put it out in front. Nice stick check. Nice break up on that pass by McCullers. Drobnick out to the far side. 1 minute left in the power play for Hendersonville. Sisco. Passing out to the blue line, and Almeida center point. Passing down the right wing to Carlance. Carlance to the slot off the skate of Landon Croft, and Ridgeway Lambert able to clear it out. Almeida catches up to it at center. Passes it back up the near side. Carlance, right wing side of the Father Ryan zone. A shot off the left arm of Karpanek and into the glass. Drobnick, left wing corner. Christian at Sisco. Passing up to the left point, Almeida. 30 seconds left in the power play for Hendersonville. Sisco. Pass across right circle, one-timer from Carlance, turned away nicely by Karpanek. Now Carlance goes right to the front of the net, and his shot is stopped by Karpanek. Where is it? It's under him. Good power play for Hendersonville. Haven't cashed in yet. 21 seconds left of the power play. 2:24 to go in the first. Still 1-0 Hendersonville. Draws to the left of Karpanek. Won by Father Ryan, whipped around the boards and out on the far side by Hudson Laux. At center with it is Sisco. It's Merrick Mott sending it back into the Father Ryan zone. Curtis Newman sending it around to the near side. Penalty time against the Irish is up there back at even strength. Here's Sam Halloran. Brought it back into the Hendersonville zone, but gave it away to Merrick Mott, who couldn't clear. It was held in by Newman. Puck in the right wing corner, Newman. Newman battling away with Christian Dickens. Now Mott in there. Michael Jaskowski in there. Mott comes out with a puck, sends it around to the near side. Braden Rose. Passes across to the far side at center. Nicholas Hoffman off his stick into the Father Ryan zone. Then he backhands it on goal as he was up against Thornburg, and to be turned away by Karpanek. And now Hendersonville with a steal inside the Father Ryan zone. Braden Rose to the front of the net. Shot stopped by Karpanek off his glove. Now the puck brought back to center by Hudson Laux. He's on the near side. Tried to pass it ahead to Michael Jaskowski. Ends up going into the Hendersonville zone for an icing. He had just exited his own zone. Tried to pass that off to Jaskowski, who wasn't paying attention. 63 seconds left in the first, still 1-0 Hendersonville. Draw is going to be to the left of Karpanek. Won by Father Ryan, stolen by Hendersonville. A backhander from the slot off the left leg pad of Karpanek. That was from Caden Sisco. We're inside the final minute of the first now. And the Irish ice the puck yet again. Draw is going to be to the left of Karpanek once again. Won by Hendersonville, and a shot from Almeida at the high slot, turned away by Karpanek. Passed out to the slot again, and Croft from the left edge of the slot with a shot that misses the net to the left of Karpanek. Now the Irish have the puck again. Here's Gage Hart at center, back into the Hendersonville zone on the left wing side. Taking a shot off the right shoulder of Riff Rumbaugh and over the net. 20 seconds left in the period. Here's Caden Sisco, back into the Father Ryan zone on the left wing side. Taking a shot, shouldered away by Karpanek. Now Almeida, left point. Shot right to the front of the net, off the stick of McCullers, past head, Gage Hart. Hart down the slot, in front of backhander, score! The clock ran out. I'm pretty sure there should be about 1 second left. Merrick McCullers stood in front of his own net, blocked that shot from Almeida. Smacked it up the ice. Hart got to it at center. Got to the front of the net and backhands it in with a buzzer beater. Father Ryan tied the game right at the end of the first. Gideon Drobnick with the first goal of the game. Just under 5.5 minutes to go. Hendersonville-Beech-Lawson and Father Ryan tied at 1 at the end of 1. I'll be back in a few seconds with the start of the second. But if you're listening on the YouTube podcast, we're going to go ahead and jump to the start of the second period. Ready to start the second period of this one. Jack Karpanek still in goal for Father Ryan. Griffin Rumbaugh still in goal for Hendersonville for the second period. Father Ryan will carry the puck from my left to right. Hendersonville from my right to left. And Hendersonville win the draw to start the second. Puck sent up the far side towards the Father Ryan net. Karpanek taps it away. Cleared out by the Irish. Christian Dickens with it at center. Passes it back to Matthew Almeida. Almeida passing it back up the far side. Braden Rose hands it off. Merrick Mott, right wing side of the Father Ryan zone. Drops it back to Rose, who tried to give it back to Mott. Puck behind the net. Mott gets to it, puts it out in front. But Nicholas Hoffman couldn't get a stick on it. It goes right to Jackson Bruzinski. Has it poked off his stick by Matthew Almeida. But it comes to, I think, Curtis Newman. Yeah, who fired it through the top of the Hendersonville crease from the left wing side. Almeida will bring the puck out of the Hendersonville zone to center. Now into the Father Ryan end on the left wing side. Drops it back. Hoffman left circle shot. Stopped by Karpanek. And back into rebound. Try stop to cover it up by Karpanek as well. Jack Karpanek has been terrific. Keeping this thing tied at 1 with 13:07 to go in the second again. We're in the second, not the third. We were delayed almost 30 minutes because the on-ice officials didn't arrive. The scheduled on-ice officials didn't get here. So we have 3 volunteers, an adult and 2 teenagers. Draw is to the right of Karpanek. Won by Hendersonville. Landon Croft with a shot, misses the net to Karpanek's right. Oh, and Merrick McCullers leaves the puck behind on the far boards. Here's Gideon Drobnick trying to put it out in front for Croft. Landon Croft broken up by Danny Libby. Now Drobnick with the puck again. Try to get it in front. Drobnick. Puck knocked off his stick. Caleb Carlance wanted to keep it in. Cleared out by Sam Halloran. Puck sliding back into the Hendersonville zone. Caleb Priest pokes it away from Halloran on the near side. Halloran has the puck. Tried to pass it towards the front of the net. And Jaskoski gave it right to Caleb Carlance. Now Carlance has poked off his stick on the far side. Jaskoski tried to drop it back. Puck out in front of backhander. Stopped by Rumbaugh. That was from Halloran. Puck still on the near side. Carlance is taken away by Halloran. Tried to go to the slot. It was knocked off his stick. Kept alive by Jaskoski. Hendersonville having all sorts of trouble getting the puck out of their zone here. Whipped around the boards to the near side by Mott and out. Ends up in the Father Ryan zone where it's caught up to by Libby. He's pushed down from behind by Gideon Drobnick. Now here's Hudson Laux through center back into the Hendersonville zone on the right wing side. Past the slot. Curtis Newman. Oh, goes off of Emma Causey's skate. Pops up in the air. And we get a whistle. Laux tried to pass it off to Newman. It went off of Emma Causey's skate blade. Rolled up Rumbaugh, and I think it may have landed on top of the back of the net, and they couldn't get it off in the one allotted whack. 11:48 to go in the second, still 1-1. Draw is going to be to Rumbaugh's right. Won by Father Ryan. Curtis Newman backhands it to the inboards, behind the net. Christian Dickens sending it around to the far near side. Kept alive by Gavin Thornburg. And then it's banked off the outside netting on the left-hand side of the net by Ridgeway Lambert. Puck was out at center, sent back in by Thornburg. Almeida. Behind his own net. With one hand, clears it out to center. Brian Wilkinson. Cross corner dump in. Into the Father Ryan zone. Newman behind his own net. Banks it off the near boards. Here's Gage Hart. Pass get ahead to Ridgeway Lambert, but Lambert ran into Christian Dickens and lost the puck. Alex Williams out at center on the near side. Nice pickpocket from behind by Hart. It's poked off his stick right at the Hendersonville blue line by Almeida. And now Caden Lewis dumps it back into the Father Ryan zone. At the inboards, it's Newman sending it around to the far side. Held into the right point by Dickens. Tried to send it to the front of the net. Cleared out, but right under the stick of Almeida, who dumps it back in as Wilkinson gets back on side. Hendersonville making changes to the line. Puck cleared out by the Irish, but right under the stick of Dickens, who backhands it back into the Father Ryan zone. Puck is behind the net, picked up by Hendersonville. Put out front, score! It's Croft! Thornburg tried to send it around the wall, but he whiffed on it behind the net. It was picked up. I'm not sure who it was yet. It's a 20. I don't know if it's Drobnick or Sisco. No, it's Merrick Mott. He put it out in front, and Croft shoots it into the back of the net. Hendersonville regained the lead. It's 2-1 Commandos with 10:18 to go in the second. Draw one by Hendersonville. Caleb Carlance. Pass it up the far side. Croft deflects it off his stick into the Father Ryan zone. Catches up to it near the right wing corner. Around the back of the net. Passes out to the high slot. Carlance's shot went off the skate of McCullers and redirected towards goal. Carbonek had to stop it. Puck out at center. Dumped back in by Croft. A couple of his teammates had to get back on side. Oh, and Carlance has to get back on side. He went over the blue line before the puck came back in. Pass up the ice off the stick of Jackson Bruzinski back into the Hendersonville zone. Puck in the right wing corner. Puck comes to the right point, and a one-timer from Danny Libby had to be blockered away by Rumbaugh. Puck cleared out up the far side, and Carlance gets it. Brings it into the Father Ryan zone, backhander over the net from the left-hand side. That puck went up the far side. Carlance caught up to it, went straight to him. Carlance at center. Pass it back to Croft at the Father Ryan blue line. He deflects it off his stick to the inboards, now catches up to it. Gets a shove from Jackson Bruzinski, stays in his feet, puts it behind the net for Drobnick, who pushes down Sam Pinkston. Puck on the far side, comes up to Carlance. Spins around to keep it away from Brzezinski. Then it's taken away by McCullers and cleared out. Caleb Priest at center. Passes across to the near side and Croft, who backhands it back into the Father Ryan zone. Hendersonville making a change. Here's Carlance making some changes. Carlance, right circle, shot over the net. Almeida holds it into the left point, passes it down the left wing wall, and to Braden Rose, who takes a shot off the right leg pad of Karpanek into the netting above the glass. 8:27 to go in the second. It is 2-1, Hendersonville. Draw is going to be to Karpanek's right. One by Father Ryan. Gavin Thornburg banks it off the far boards. It's cleared out by Sam Pinkston. Hudson Laux with it at center. Brings it into the Hendersonville zone on the left wing side. He's in the left circle. Tries to back in and out for Michael Jaskowski. It comes to the stick of Nicholas Hoffman, who backhands it over to Braden Rose. Rose through center into the Father Ryan zone on the right wing side. Taking a shot. Stopped and held on to by Karpanek. Draws to the left of Karpanek. One by Hendersonville. Shot from the top of the right circle, and Croft off the blocker of Karpanek. Here's Almeida. Cross corner, dumping into the right wing corner, picked up by Gideon Drobnick. Drobnick steps around Laux, goes to the front of the net, a shot stopped by Karpanek. It was a nice move around Laux, but Karpanek making another save in tight. 7:43 to go in the second. Still 2-1, Hendersonville. Draw to the left of Karpanek once again. One by Father Ryan, and it's cleared out by Curtis Newman, and it'll go for an icing. Draw to the left of Karpanek. One by Hendersonville. Shot in the blue line from Almeida. Stopped by Karpanek. And then he beautifully follows Sisco. Caden Sisco follows him to the right hand, to his right hand post, and smothers his rebound try. Drawby to his right. Draw one by Father Ryan. Curtis Newman whips it around the far boards through center. Is it going to be another icing? Nope, it's waved off. The two linesmen are on the same side of the ice. The two teenage linesmen. One needs to be over on the far side. Puck kept in the Hendersonville zone by Ridgeway Lambert, sent around the boards to the far side. Christian Dickens will get there. Tries to clear it out, held in by Gage Hart. Hart has it tapped off his stick from behind by Landon Croft. Matthew Almeida trying to clear out. It hits Gideon Drobnick. It stays in the zone. Ridgeway Lambert pushed away from the puck. Christian Dickens tried to clear. That hit Almeida and stayed in. Now Croft with it far side, chips it up the wall, finally out. Drobnick at center. Holds in the red line, hands it off. Croft into the Father Ryan zone. Cannot get around the back, checking Hart. Now the puck cleared out to center. Correction. No, that is Hart. That is Gage Hart out there, not Michael Jaskowski. Puck back in the Hendersonville zone. Immediately passed up ice on the far side by Matthew Almeida. Caleb Carlance, right wing side of the Father Ryan zone as the puck poked off his stick by Braden Rose. Past the slot, whiffed on by Nicholas Hoffman. Now Rose, right circle, taking a shot off the glove of Karpanek, and then the puck put out in front, and a point-blank save on Hoffman by Karpanek. Puck sent around the boards to the far side and out to center. Caleb Priest. Passing to the near side, and Carlance, who dumps it back into the Father Ryan zone. He was just in front of the red line, so it's not icing. Puck now sent around the boards of the near side. It's going to be kept alive by Carlance. Carlance skating down low. Around the back of the net. Comes out to the far side. Right circle, shot. Gloved and held on to by Karpanek. 5:22 to go in the second. Still 2-1 Hendersonville. Draw is to the left of Karpanek. Won by Father Ryan. Michael Jaskowski passing the puck out to center. Sam Halloran backhands it over to Hudson Laux. Fumbled it a bit. Regains possession. Left wing side of the Hendersonville zone. Closes right on goal. A shot stopped by Griffin Rumbaugh, and the puck cleared out to center. Puck sent back in right to Caleb Priest, who tried to clear it out. Was kept alive by Michael Jaskowski, but Sam Halloran was offside, so they blow the whistle to stop the clock. Draw's going to be on the dot in front of the Father Ryan bench. Won by Hendersonville. Brian Wilkinson chasing it down the slot to the Father Ryan net. Cleared away by Karpanek. Puck out at center, Almeida. Passing it ahead to Wilkinson. Sends it back into the Father Ryan zone. Went off of Merrick McCullers, so bouncing around near the blue line, didn't go deep. McCullers passing up the far side. Misses the stick blade of Sam Halloran, who gets it inside the Hendersonville zone. Whiffs on a shot attempt because Almeida put his stick down. Christian Diggins poked it off of Halloran's stick, and then it came right back to him. And that's why he was able to carry it down the left wing before Almeida got to him. Now the puck back in the Father Ryan zone. Alex Williams poked off his stick by Danny Libby, who brings it to center. Now Hudson Laux into the Hendersonville zone on the right wing side. Tried to put it in front. Steered away by Rumbaugh. Now Laux a shot in the left circle. Misses the net. Think it went over the net. Puck held into the right point by Libby. Sending it down the right wing side off of Dickens. Laux with an on-angle shot off the left leg pad of Rumbaugh, and the puck goes out to center. On-angle shot from the bottom of the right circle. Puck sent back in, then it immediately cleared out for an icing by Brian Wilkinson. 3:35 to go in the second, still 2-1 Hendersonville. If Father Ryan lose this game and then Ensworth beat JP2, they'll jump over Father Ryan. If Station Camp don't win their final game, Father Ryan could potentially end up finishing. Father Ryan could be the 8th seed if they don't win this game. Draw will be to the left of Rumbaugh. Won by Father Ryan. A shot from Gage Hart off the left leg pad of Rumbaugh. Hendersonville trying to clear the puck out, held into the right point by Curtis Newman, but then it's pushed then Ridgeway Lambert's pushed away from it. Now here's Sisco, Caden Sisco, right wing side of the Father Ryan zone. Drops it back, Landon Croft. Had it poked away by Michael Jaskowski as he was trying to go down the right wing to the front of the net. Correction, that was Gavin Thornburg who poked it away. Now the puck passed up the near side. Oh, it misses Gage Hart at center. Caden Sisco has to wait for Gideon Drobnick to get back on side. Shoots it on goal from behind the blue line. Had to be blockered away by Karpanek. Gage Hart to center. Dumps it into the Hendersonville zone down the right wing side. It's to the end boards. Hart pushes Caleb Carlance away and gets to it. Sends it over to the far side, but it's picked up by Landon Croft. Croft flips it through the air to center. Back into the Father Ryan zone, Newman. Sending it back up the near side. Now here's Ridgeway Lambert, right wing side of the Hendersonville zone. A shot. Gloved and held on to by Rumbaugh. 2:28 to go in the second. Still 2-1 Hendersonville. Draws to Rumbaugh's left. Won by Father Ryan. Oh, I thought Nicholas Hoffman was going to get it. It was held in the zone for a moment, then cleared out Up the near side by Merrick Mott. Mott with it at center. Brings it into the Father Ryan zone on the right wing side. Takes a shot over the net. On the top of the right circle. Puck in the left wing corner. Passed out to the slot. Oh, Nicholas Hoffman had to go off his stick to the inboards. Catches back up to it. Sends it around to the far side. Here's Almeida. Dropping it up towards the right point. Oh, and Braden Rose fell to one knee. Got back to his skates. Managed to get to the puck. And now there's a one-timer to Almeida near the left-hand side of the net. And he misses the net to the left of Karpanek. That was passed down to Mott in the right wing corner, who immediately sent it over to Almeida. Father Ryan clear the puck out. Dickens with it at center. Sends it up the far side back into the Father Ryan zone. Icing waved off because Braden Rose was standing right at the blue line and watched it go past his skates. Here's Merrick McCullers sending it around to the far side and out to center. Almeida will get to it just inside his own zone. Pass across to Dickens at center. Dickens sending it back into the Father Ryan zone. Croft's going to catch up to it on the right wing. Around the back of the net. Tried to pass the slot that went off of Hudson Laux. Now Sisco passing up to the left point. Now Almeida. Passing back down the left wing. Sisco to the front of the net. Oh, he whiffed on it. They get to back in and scores. Oh, my goodness. Sisco whiffed on the first shot attempt. Turn around and is back to the net. Backhanded it into the bottom corner on the left-hand side of the net. That was an accident. That was a complete accident. Holy heck. And just as we enter the final minute of the period, it's now 3-1 Hendersonville with 55.8 seconds to go in the middle frame. Wow. Now here's Landon Croft to the slot, a shot. Blockered away over the net by Karpanek. Now Sisco. Top of the right circle, Croft. Moving down the right wing boards. Oh, went to the bottom of the right circle, flipped it over the net, trying to go to the roof, knock it into the roof, shoot it into the roof. Puck out on the far side, Halloran. Pokes it ahead to Michael Jaskowski. Out at center, puck trickles into the Hendersonville zone, immediately cleared out by Caleb Priest. Backing it up the far side, right to the stick of Newman. And then Croft catches back up to it and dumps it into the Father Ryan zone down the far side. We have 10 seconds to go in the period. Carlance. Caleb Carlance. Backhands it in front off the right skate blade of Gideon Drobnick. Michael Jaskowski with it, and that's it. Runs out of time at center. Landon Croft gave Hendersonville the lead back just under 4 minutes into the second period, and then Caden Sisco with a goal that I don't think he ever meant to score in a million years has Hendersonville-Beech-Lawson leading Father Ryan 3-1 after 2. I'll be back in a few seconds with the start of the third. But if you're listening on the YouTube podcast, we're going to go ahead and take you to the start of the third period. Ready to start the third and final period of this one. Jack Karpanek still in goal for Father Ryan. Griffin Rumbaugh still in goal for Hendersonville. For this third and final period, Hendersonville will carry the puck from my left to right, Father Ryan from my right to left. Again, the start of this game delayed by almost 30 minutes because the on-ice officials didn't show up. We've had 3 volunteers take the reins. Father Ryan win the draw to start the third. Gage Hart brings it into the Hendersonville zone. Is triangled as it taken away, but a clearing attempt held into the blue line by Curtis Newman. Puck over on the far side of the Hendersonville zone. Brian Wilkinson trying to backhand it out. Merrick Mott gets to it. He'll bring it out to center. He's knocked off his stick, and then Christian Diggins almost had it stolen by Ridgeway Lambert. Brian Wilkinson will dump it into the Father Ryan zone. Puck on the end boards of the Irish end. Picked up on the near side by Gage Hart. Passes over to Noah Deffenbaugh. Deffenbaugh out at center. Into the Hendersonville zone on the right wing side. Tried to send it to the front of the net. Not very hard. Picked off by Matthew Almeida. Almeida to center. Back into the Father Ryan zone on the right wing side. Shot misses the net to the left of Karpanek. Puck out on the far boards. Merrick Mott, Has it in high slot, takes a shot. Stopped and held on to by Karpanek into his chest. 12:47 to go, 3-1 Hendersonville. I don't know. I'm starting to think nobody scheduled officials for this game. Draw to the left of Karpanek. One by Curtis Newman. One by Father Ryan. Curtis Newman carries it to center, brings it into the Hendersonville zone on the right wing side. Moves to the left circle, a shot. Knocked down by Grumbaugh. Gloved and held on to. Newman was moving. Draw to the right of Rumbaugh. One by Hendersonville. Caleb Priest smacks it off the inboards to the far side, and Gideon Drobnick flips it out to center. Caden Sisco with it. Left wing side of the Father Ryan zone, but lost it to Gavin Thornburg. Thornburg sending it to the near side, picked up by Landon Croft, put in front. Gideon Drobnick shot, score! A senior night goal for Gideon Drobnick. Fires it into the back of the net. And it is 4-1 Hendersonville with 12:12 to go. And they are starting to feel this one. Draw one by Hendersonville. Landon Croft dumps it into the Father Ryan zone down the near side. Gideon Drobnick behind the net. Pushed away from the puck. Here's Hudson Laux banking it off the near boards. Now the puck goes out to the far side. Curtis Newman passes it up the far side. Oh, but jumping right in to steal it was Caleb Karlantz. Michael Jaskowski saw it coming his way at center. Karlantz jumped right in and stole it. But Father Ryan get it back, and it's now in the Hendersonville zone of the inboards. Put out in front. Oh, it goes off the right leg pad of Rumbaugh. It was Laux trying to get it in front to Jaskowski. And now here's Croft through center into the Father Ryan zone. Down the slot to the net. A shot at the post. Behind into the right of Karpanek. A flip pass to the Hendersonville blue line evaded Merrick McCullers, and that's what gave that breakaway. That's what gave that breakaway to Croft. And now Hendersonville trying to stuff it in from in tight, but Karpanek stops and covers. 11:15 to go in the game, still 4-1 Hendersonville. Draws to the right of Karpanek. One by Father Ryan, puck sent around the boards to the near side. Gage Hart. To center. Lost the puck as he crossed the Hendersonville blue line. Picked up by Braden Rose. Hands it off to Almeida. Almeida's net guard is loose. He's going to have to get that fixed. Puck taken at center by Curtis Newman and dumped back into the Hendersonville zone. And here's Gage Hart with a one-timer from the top of the left circle. Kicked away by Rumbaugh with the right leg pad. Puck out on the near side. Coming up to the left point, Gavin Thornburg. Tried to send it to the front of the net, went off of Merrick Mott. And then trying to send it to the front of the net from the right wing side was Newman, and it went off the stick of Christian Dickens into the netting above the glass. 10:28 to go in the game. Still 4-1 Hendersonville. Draw to the left of Rumbaugh. One by Father Ryan, Curtis Newman. Sending it around the wall, picked up by Matthew Almeida. Passes up the near side. Braden Rose at center. Tried to go across to Nicholas Hoffman, right under the stick of Curtis Newman, and then gives it back to Almeida, who had to let the puck go as he got to the Father Ryan blue line because Braden Rose was in the zone. Puck passed up the near side. Almeida had to go off his stick, picked up by Ridgeway Lambert. Left wing side of the Hendersonville zone. Coming in to take it off from behind was Almeida. Almeida through center. Back into the Father Ryan zone. Almeida pressured off the puck for a moment, gets it back. Tried to pass to the bottom of the left circle, then hit the skates of Sam Pinkston. Brian Wilkinson knocked down at the top of the right circle. Puck brought to center by Hart. Gage Hart. Back into the Hendersonville zone. Gets around Carlisle to the slot. A shot missed the net to the left of Rumbaugh, who may have gotten a piece of it with a glove. God, that kid's dangerous. Sam Pinkston with a puck right wing corner. Wanted to put it in front. Almeida came in there and broke that pass up with his skates. Now Wilkinson takes it away from Pinkston behind the net. Passes up the far side. Carlance. Carlance will bring it to center. Carlance into the Father Ryan zone on the right wing side. Tries to back in front off the left leg pad of Jack Carpanek, and the puck is going to be iced. Wow, it barely just went over the goal line, and they still blew the whistle on it. Iced by Sam Halloran. 8:59 to go, still 4-1 Hendersonville. Draw is going to be to the left of Carpanek. Won by Hendersonville. Gideon Drobnick behind the net. Pushed into the boards. Puck sent to the near side. Jackson Bruzinski backhands it over to Ridgeway Lambert. Out at center with it in McCausey, right wing side of the Hendersonville zone. She takes a shot. Stopped by Rumbaugh. Wanted to pull in the rebound. Picked up in the slot by Brian Wilkinson. And he clears it. It went off the stick of Gideon Drobnick on its way out. Now put the puck back in the Father Ryan zone. Drobnick with it left wing side. Shakes off. Danny Libby gets off a shot. Stopped by Carpanek, who didn't know where the rebound was. Drobnick closed in. Got off another shot that was stopped. Clearing attempt held in by Carlance. Moving down the left wing. He bumps into Libby. Knocks him down. Gets off a shot off of Carpanek. Or it may have missed the net. Puck goes all the way back down into the Hendersonville zone. Priest with it. Clears it out to center. But right under the stick of Jaskowski. Michael Jaskowski, who had to wait for, I think it was Lambert to get back on side. Now in the slot, Jaskowski, a shot is stopped by Rumbaugh. Didn't know where the rebound was. He had to spin around to the crease. It's taken out by Carlance, and then as it taken back, and a shot stopped from in tight by Rumbaugh on Gage Hart. Hart carries it out to the blue line and ends up going out to center. Hart starts going back the other way, brings it back into the Hendersonville zone on the right wing side, gets pushed into the boards by Carlance. Puck fired around the boards to the near side. Now it's back in the back in the Father Ryan zone on the far side. And for a moment, Holden Drobnick out there with Gideon. Gage Hart backhands the puck back into the Hendersonville zone. Here is Caleb Carlance banking it off the near boards to center. Matthew Almeida back in the Father Ryan zone. Backhands it over to Sisco. Sisco past the slot. Alex Williams, a backhander, stopped by Carpanek as he closed into the right-hand side of the net. Hart back the other way. Right wing side of the Hendersonville zone. Gets off a backhander from the bottom of the right circle that's over the net. Or went across the front of the top of the net. Here's Caden Sisco closing into the Father Ryan goal. Went around the back of the net, tried to backhand it out in front to Williams. That was broken up by Danny Libby. Father Ryan sending the puck back the other way. They'll make a line change. Rumbaugh hands it off to Dickens. Christian Dickens passing up the near side. Williams. Alex Williams. Now Landon Croft, right wing side of the Father Ryan zone. Around the back of the net. Tries to put it out in front for Williams. Couldn't get a stick on it. Merritt McCullers pushing Caden Sisco away from it, the puck, and then Sisco knocked the stick out of his hand. You push me, I'll drop the thing you need to score. Or knock the thing you need to score out of your hands. Is at the other end, Ridgeway Lambert with a shot that misses the net to the left of Rumbaugh. Now there's Matthew Almeida center. Backhanding it to Sisco, right wing side of the Father Ryan zone. Sisco put it in front. Almeida couldn't get a stick on it in front of the net. Now Sam Halloran at center as the puck knocked away from him by Caleb Priest. Caden Lewis sends it back into the Father Ryan zone. Got knocked down by Lambert as he sent it back in. Here's Curtis Newman. Dumping it back into the Hendersonville zone. Catches up to it in the right wing corner. Round the back of the net. Comes around to the near side. Now here is Merrick Mott sending it up the near side. Trying to get it to Braden Rose, who pushes down Curtis Newman in order to help get the puck out. And now Rose with a steal at center, brings it back into the Father Ryan zone. Passes over Merrick Mott, puts it in front for Caden Lewis, couldn't get his stick on it. He had the left-hand side of the net wide open. Clearing attempt held in by Carlance. Caleb Carlance down the right wing with a shot, blockered away by Karpanek. Puck cleared out up the far side by Michael Jaskowski. Carlance tried to bring it back into the Father Ryan zone, and it poked away at the blue line by Newman. Caleb Priest takes it back and backhands it back into the Father Ryan zone. Puck passed up the far side. Laux out at center into the Hendersonville zone on the right wing side. A shot over the net. He was waiting at the blue line for that stretch pass. Got it, and then he missed the net. Puck going to the right wing corner. Here's Hart. Went right to the left-hand side of the net, got off a shot that hit the mask of Rumbaugh and stayed out. Now the puck out at center. Danny Libby. Passing it ahead to Hart, left wing side of the Hendersonville zone. Tried to pass the slot, smacked away by Brian Wilkinson. Now Carlance with it at center, brings it back into the Father Ryan zone on the right wing side. Falls down going to the inboards. Back in his skates. Tries to bring it in front for a backhanded wraparound, poked away by Danny Libby. Passed up the far boards, Emma Causey. Banks it off of Hudson Laux. It goes out to center. And Brian Wilkinson keeps it away from Gage Hart by backhanding it back the other way. Here's Gideon Drobnick, right wing side of the Father Ryan zone with a shot, threw it between his legs. Stopped and covered up by Karpanek at his left-hand post. And now we got pushing and shoving. Father Ryan player trying to push Braden Rose away from his goalie, and Rose pushed back. And they fell over on top of Karpanek. That was McCullers. So we'll have some penalties here. We only had one penalty in the whole game until now. .324 to go in the game. Still 4-1 Hendersonville. Look, I've not had the game sheet up for this one. I need to look. Hopefully it's up. Yeah, it's up. That first penalty was called, I think, in the first. At first, a penalty, Noah Deffenbaugh called for tripping. And here, well, they haven't entered the penalties yet. Oh, it's only a penalty against Hendersonville. Braden Rose in the box. So Father Ryan getting their first power play of the game with .324 to go, down 4-1. They got to convert this fast. And now we have a timeout called, I'm guessing, by Father Ryan. It's a slashing call against Rose. So each side have had one penalty called against them in this game. This has been a pretty disciplined game for a game being overseen by 3 volunteer officials. So Hendersonville, if they hold on, again, should be the 2 seed for the Preds Cup. I'm pretty sure they will be. Again, based on head-to-head in a potential 4-way tie with a final record of 10-3-2 between they, MBA, Page, and Franklin. And Father Ryan will need one of Ensworth or Station Camp to not win their final game of the regular season. Just if either one ties or loses, Father Ryan will be in the Preds Cup. Timeout done. Draw's going to be to Rumbaugh's left. Again, Father Ryan have got to convert this power play quick. They're down 3. Jack Karpanek is still in goal. So Father Ryan have not not emptied the net yet. I wonder. No, wait. This is their last game of the regular season. What am I thinking? Draw one by Father Ryan. Hudson Laux with a one-timer from above the top of the left circle. Misses the net to the right of Rumbaugh. Actually took a deflection in its way by. Laux again, left point. Taking a shot, turned away by Rumbaugh. Caleb Carlance wanting to clear the puck out. Held in by Michael Jaskowski at the inboards. Almeida whipping it around to the near side and out. And now Caden Sisco with some space into the Father Ryan zone. To the net, a shot, score! Second goal of the game for Caden Sisco, a shorty. 5-1 Hendersonville with 2:49 to go and 86 seconds left in the power play for the Irish. Have all the goals been scored by seniors? Sisco with 2, Drobnick, Croft. Oh, wait, Drobnick has 2 as well. Yeah, Drobnick does 2. Drobnick and Sisco each have 2, and Croft with the other. So, yeah, they've all been scored by seniors. As Hendersonville cleared the puck out of their zone, it went off the glass, came to the Father Ryan net, and Carbonek had to clear it away. Here's Hudson Laux, right wing side of the Hendersonville zone. Minute left in the power play for the Irish. Now Ridgeway Lambert has the puck poked away, and now here's Caleb Carlance through center. Into the Father Ryan zone, down the slot, in front, a shot stopped by Carbonek, who backed up and knocked it down. And I believe the puck was played at center with a high stick by Hudson Laux, which brought about the whistle. 45 seconds left in the power play, 2:08 to go in the game, 5-1 Hendersonville. As they are about to finish the regular season on a 9-game unbeaten streak. Have not lost since that 5-3 loss to Page back in November the 3rd. A game they led 3-2 before Page decided to, be Page, a very talented team. Curtis Newman through center. Back into the Hendersonville zone on the right wing side. Hands it off to Gage Hart. Hart, top of the right circle shot. I think Rumbaugh may have gotten a piece of it as it went by. Hudson Laux trying to back in and out in front, nobody there. Here's Newman carrying it down the right wing. Backhands it to the inboards. Caleb Priest will fire it around to the far side. Held in at the right point by Hart. Hart passing across top of the left circle. Laux, held on to the puck, got away from him for a bit, then got off a shot that stopped and held on to by Rumbaugh. Penalty time against Hendersonville is up. They're back at even strength. 80 seconds to go, 5-1 Commandos. Draws to the right of Rumbaugh. One by the Father Ryan. And just held in by Merrick McCullers, who fell to his knees, and then a backhanded shot from the slot, and Sam Pinkston turned away quite calmly by Griffin Rumbaugh. Here's Ridgeway Lambert trying to put the puck out in front. And Pinkston shoots it past the net to Rumbaugh's left. Final minute of the game. Shot in the right circle. Shouldered away by Rumbaugh. That was from Ridgeway Lambert. Now the puck flipped through center back into the Father Ryan zone for an icing with 50.4 seconds to go. And Hendersonville up 5-1. The Commandos will finish the season 10-3-2. Father Ryan will finish the season 9-6-0. They'll be one of, I think, 3 teams that will finish the season without having tied a game. Draw was to the left of Rumbaugh. Matthew Almeida, right wing side of the Father Ryan zone, a shot. I think it may have gone off of Carbonek, then hit the glass and went out of play. So Mount Juliet finished the regular season without tying a game, and so did the Kings. Let me just pull up the standings real quick. So we'll have 6 teams in once this game is final. Yeah, Mount Juliet and the Kings finished the regular season without tying a game, and now Father Ryan are about to join them. Under 30 seconds left. Caleb Carlance, right wing side of the Father Ryan zone. Hands the puck off, Merrick Mott. Round the back of the net. Comes out to the left circle. Hands it off in the left wing corner to Drobnick. Puck taken away and sent around the boards to the near side. Taken back by Mott. Mott with an 9-angle shot. Right wing corner stopped and held onto by Karpenick with 9.7 seconds to go. Hendersonville, they were going to make a change, but the coaching staff is like, nah. Draw one by Hendersonville. Puck sent down the ice, and they'll let time run out, and Hendersonville-Beech-Lawson finish the 2025-2026 GNASH regular season on a 9-game unbeaten streak. And if they'd gotten things going earlier, who knows what might have been, but they will be the 2 seed, I think, for the Predators Cup. And Father Ryan, they crossed the finish line of where they're going to be when the postseason begins. Hendersonville finished the regular season. Hendersonville-Beech-Lawson finished the regular season 10-3-2. Father Ryan finished 9-6-0. And again, still unsure. Of where they will be when the postseason starts. And if Mother Nature and Old Man Winter weren't scheming, or at least would have this system come in on like Tuesday night instead of tomorrow, we could have finished the regular season on Monday and known where everybody was going. So the goal scorers in this one, Gage Hart with the only goal for Father Ryan. And for Hendersonville, 2 goals each for Gideon Drobnick and Caden Sisco. And Landon Croft with the other goal. So 3 seniors scoring on senior night. You know what? I'm gonna award player of the game to all 3 of them. Wait a minute. How many other seniors had points in this one? Let's see. Matthew Almeida, Merrick Mott also had points. They gave Braden Rose the assist on Drobnick's. Oh, wait. Braden Rose is a junior. So players of the game, Gideon Drobnick, Caden Sisco, Landon Croft, Matthew Almeida, and Merrick Mott all getting points on senior night as Hendersonville-Beech-Lawson win this one 5-1. So let's check the standings with this game in the books. Ravenwood win the GNASH Cup with a final record of 11-3-1. Their 23-point total cannot be matched or surpassed. Hendersonville-Beech-Lawson will finish second, I believe, on a record of 10-3-2. If they, MBA, Franklin, and Page all finish 10-3-2, Hendersonville would win out on head-to-head. MBA, Franklin, and Page all 9-3-2. Nolensville 8-4-3. The top 6 teams in the league all have clinched Predators Cup berths. Father Ryan finished the regular season 9-6-0. Ainsworth-Lipscomb CPA 8-5-1. Station Camp Liberty Creek Nashville Christian 8-6-0. Independent Centennial 5-7-2. The Outlaws and JP2 and Buckeye GCS 4-8-2. Mount Juliet Wilson Central Lebanon 4-11-0. The Clarksville Kings have finished the regular season 3-12-0. Brentwood BAUSN 2-10-2, and the Rutherford Rampage 1-12-1. The Rampage will be the 8th seed for the Hein Cup. Mount Juliet will be the 5 seed. Ravenwood will be the 1 seed for the Preds Cup. And again, I believe Hendersonville the 2. Okay. So, the remaining games. Ensworth JP2, Indy NBA, Brentwood Rampage, Page Outlaws, Franklin Station Camp. The Ensworth, JP2, and Franklin Station Camp games are the one to watch. If one of those teams fails to win their game, just one, either lose or tie, Father Ryan will clinch a Predators Cup berth. But if Ensworth win their game, they'll jump over Father Ryan. That'll push Father Ryan down to 8th. Then they will need Station Camp to lose or tie their game with Franklin. If both Ensworth and Station Camp win, Father Ryan will end up in the Hein Cup. With a record of 9-6-0, they will end up in the Hein Cup. That is crazy to think. Somebody with a points percentage well above 500 is going to end up in the Hein Cup with that last Hein Cup spot. That is crazy to think. Crazy to think. I'll have more to say in the newsletter. All right, now last week I forgot to do this. I want to send an on-air shout-out to Chris and Amy Hart, parents of Gage Hart and Thomas Laux, father of Hudson Laux, and doctors Marty and Ron Ellis, grandparents of Tyler Ellis. They purchased the package of perks, our season-long Buy Me a Coffee membership that includes their name being listed in the newsletter, this on-air shout-out for any and all Father Ryan and Hendersonville games I broadcast, plus a downloadable MP3 of any and all Father Ryan and Hendersonville games that I broadcast. We're coming to the end of the regular season, so hold on, folks. I got to step away from the mic. All right, sorry, folks. Where was I? Oh, yeah. So Chris and Amy Hart, Thomas Laux, and doctors Marty and Ron Ellis all purchased our package of perks, our Buy Me a Coffee membership that gets them gets their names listed in the newsletter, which is published almost daily. They're getting this on-air shout-out for any and all Father Ryan and Hendersonville games I cover, and they're getting this and any and all Father Ryan and Hendersonville games I cover as downloadable MP3s. We're coming to the end of the regular season, and I am going to make another announcement about Buy Me a Coffee membership soon. I'm going to make one in the newsletter on Sunday. So it's buymeacoffee.com, buymeacoffee.com/MIDTNSPRTSNET. Again, buymeacoffee.com/MIDTNSPRTSNET. Scroll down to become a member, but hold off until I make the announcement in the Sunday newsletter. And before we go, thank you to those volunteer officials, the adult, the 2 teenagers who officiated this game when I guess they failed to schedule officials for this game, which is disgraceful. I mean, like I said, it's not like this game was moved here at the last minute. It was moved to this date, I think, almost 2 months ago. It was supposed to be December 5th. I think it was closer to the beginning of the season when they moved this game from December 5th to tonight. But thank you very much to those 3 for stepping in and officiating the game. And the players didn't act. I mean, we had that little pushing incident near the end of the game, but that was it. The players didn't act up just because there were 3 volunteers. They behaved themselves for the most part. Okay, that's it. Hendersonville-Beech-Lawson finished the 2025-2026 GNASH regular season by beating Father Ryan 5-1, and I do believe that they will be the 2 seed in the Predators Cup. Stay safe in what's to come this weekend. I hope you don't lose your power. I hope I don't lose my power. I'm going to type up tomorrow's newsletter and the Sunday newsletter tonight. We're not going to know anything about next week's schedule until either Sunday night or Monday evening or Monday morning. I anticipate we're not going to be playing those games on Monday. The roads might clear up enough that we'll try and get them in on Wednesday or Thursday, but we'll see. I do hope we get those games in next week so that playoffs can start on time the week after. All right. That's it from me in Bellevue. I'm Michael Hackney. Again, our final score, Hendersonville-Beech-Lawson 5, Father Ryan 1. Have a safe weekend. Stay warm. Hope your power stays on. Good night from Bellevue.